pass into the iris. You must choose Luke. Oh, yeah. Look, it worked. Nice. All right. Do some sharings. Boom. Join us. You will join us or die.
You will join us. Henceforth, you will join us.
Henceforth, you will join us.
You shall be known as Dick Trickle.
This is Dick McMuffins.
If he didn't give him a cool name. Darth Fluff Nuts. What?
Fluffig Newton. Swipe up to watch, you fuckers. I don't want to go back to the studio because I like the virtual backgrounds way better. It's way more entertaining. It's quite on brand for us. All right, ready to talk?
A cartoon. Yeah.
Okay, kids, let's go.
Also, I love having the music back.
There has been an awakening. Have you felt it?
Okay, kids. Okay, kids. Maybe I should click record on my end. Record. Now I'm recording. Now I can hear myself.
You guys are so funny.
Holy shit. Great C3 penis face and R2 dick head.
Hello there.
Looking down someone you have, I would say.
May the force be with us. Okay.
Good day, Galaxy. An early start on your bitch ass. Oh, God.
Edit that if I want to. The gap is like no one's talking for like 3 minutes. It's just the applause, and then all of a sudden Mopar's coming in the background.
Hey, I'm late.
What's up, Biatch?
Good day, Galaxy. This is the show. I am Mopar.
Commander, the show's happening.
We have
day-
officially.
Day of quarantine now?
It doesn't matter because we've officially gone mad.
It could be 3 days. It could be 3 months, and I have no idea, one way or the other.
Isn't it weird that my video all of a sudden just started working?
Your shoulder's still translucent a little bit.
Oh yeah.
By the way, anyone that's not watching this, I really encourage that you tune into the live streams on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Eastern because we're doing virtual backgrounds and Mopar turns into a hologram whenever we do that. There's in the background there.
I'm definitely having transmission issues.
Communication disruption.
Ooh, and now I'm blinking. So whatever you got and whatever you need, we have it. So
how are we feeling, man? How are you feeling?
Same old, man. I'm ready to not be stuck inside and go do shit, but yeah, I think everybody's under the same umbrella. So
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's getting a little ridiculous. I need to go to the barbershop badly, as you can see. Look at my hair. It's never been this long, I think, in my entire lifetime.
You look like Sean from Boy Meets World.
That's what Nina said earlier. Mrs. Commander said. I was like, I'll treat that as a compliment. Thank you. I'm automatically good with the ladies. I got the 90s haircut, 90s Sean Hunter haircut.
Sean Hunter. That's funny.
I tucked it behind my headphones because it's getting in my way.
The only thing I get is I get wings above my ears. The hair just goes straight out. So I got to like keep that under restraint. But yeah, the fuzzies, they're growing everywhere.
Fuzzy lumpkins.
Yep, and I do have some furry fellas behind me too.
I got Mick Jagger over here and Ellen DeGeneres in the corner. The party.
We're commenting on our virtual background, so if you're not live with us, you have no fucking clue what we're talking about.
You also have no excuse because you're in quarantine.
It's true.
Go to YouTube. There's a Bro Squad Pod and click the bell and the subscribe button. Smash like. Smash like for virtual backgrounds.
And subscribe. And the clicks. I think I'm going to risk it and hold my shit because I hate leaning forward on it.
I do too, but I don't have enough.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck.
You know what? I'm gonna hold it upside down and be like a Jimmery. So
You look like a fancy radio DJ.
yeah, about to fucking freestyle on your ass.
Have you seen?
Word.
I'm literally just my computer and everything is just on top of my dresser in my bedroom, and I'm just sitting here. It's like the only thing that made sense. Got to block off from the other room. So
Yeah.
I did steal the Rodecaster back from my office. I snuck in. I asked nicely, they let me in, but I snuck in and took my Rodecaster. So now we can record with the music and everything, which is nice. And they added new effects too, so I can get a real crazy and do stuff.
You gonna
like
turn the music down a little bit? I can barely hear you.
this.
Well,
It's obnoxious.
from the nether realm.
Otherwise, that's about it.
Yep.
Same old.
Gaming a little bit, not really. I'm going back through my old DVD collection because that's how bored I am with Netflix and the rest of it at this point.
Yeah.
I just had an itch.
Run out of stuff in like a limitless catalog online.
It is kind of ridiculous, but for how limitless it is, they only have like select amount of, like, it's not 100% everything I want to watch. There's like only 10% of it I actually am interested in.
Right.
And sometimes that 10% goes away. You know, there's only 5% left. So like I just had an itch to watch Adam Sandler movies, and none of them are on Netflix. I couldn't find them on Hulu. So I was just like, fuck it. I have the DVDs. So I busted out and watched Happy Gilmore the other day.
Nice.
And I was truly laughing my ass off. I haven't laughed that hard at a movie in a minute. And it was just like the right time. I was in the right mood and I wanted to watch that stuff. Oh my God, I was dying.
Also, I think movies become funnier when you kind of embed them into your daily conversations. Because I feel like a few things like Austin Powers, Kenny Powers, Adam Sandler movies, and Superbad are like
Wayne's World.
of our daily quotage. So when we say the lines and whenever we talk to Kerner, all he does is quote the movies. So after we hear that so many times, I feel like watching the movie back again becomes even funnier. So you're experiencing a bit of that. I haven't named the phenomenon yet, but I did a lot of peer-reviewed research on that. It's true. It's accurate. What I said.
This thing I created, it's accurate. I looked up online. I found my own blog and it's confirmed. So
I confirmed my own theory.
yeah.
Someone says confirmed, you're good. You can just put out anything you want.
So there's not a ton of news. I did come across a list which was triggering me, so it's going to be perfect for this. It was some whiny bitch that made a top 10 like 10 Star Wars details only explained outside of the films.
You're wrong on that.
So yeah, I mean, it was I got through like 3 of them, and he was kind of just bitching and moaning about it, but maybe we can touch upon it because there was some insight into like the novelization of 9 a little bit, and some other details. So
cool.
We'll get into that in a little bit. But
Yep.
Do you want to attempt guess a scene?
Yes. My only qualm with that is that I can't actually show it to the mofos.
Okay.
But
That's all right.
I guess most people listen anyways and I'll watch.
What film are you thinking? Which one
Let's
has
go.
been a while?
Let's throw it all the way back and do a little bit of episode 4 action.
Okay.
Where they walk through the desert for a whole while.
I was gonna either guess Death Star or desert. Am I right?
Yes, you are right.
Yes.
Before even looking at the time code, I can tell you that you're correct. Let me get it queued up here. Yeah, I was actually thinking that it's been a minute since we've done the guess the scenes, and I don't have my digital versions synced to my computer right now, and I can't pull up Disney Plus while I'm streaming because it will cancel itself out and self-destruct. They don't want you stealing that shit. But let's see.
Let me here's a price sheet. Let me look at this real quick. I see
30 cents in.
39.
All right.
39 minutes in to episode 4. I think this is going to be one of the most difficult ones because, like, how long does Tatooine take? Are we landing on the Death Star? Are we saving the princess already? Are we on our way out of the Death Star? We have to be on the Death Star somewhere. 39 minutes.
No, I'm going to disagree with you. I'm going to say that we're not off Tatooine yet. I'm going to go earlier than my instincts tell me that I should and say that we are getting to Mos Eisley at 39.
You're way off. I think you're a good 20 minutes off.
We shall see.
I'm going to say they're arguing about saving the princess in the comm room where they handcuff Chewie on the Death Star.
Okay.
That's that's going to be my guess.
Good guess.
Get your guesses in. 39 minutes into episode 4. What scene is happening? It's a little thing we call figure it out or fuck around.
Chance the movie. Think of the time code and win a prize.
I'm really trying to walk through that one. So like Tantive 4 doesn't. I don't think Tantive 4 takes like even 5 minutes. Maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, about 5 minutes.
So yeah, I mean, even me making fun of you, that does take up some time. They do walk forever. They walk for fucking ever in the desert. Yeah, you might be closer than I originally expected, but we'll see.
I reckon.
Because I just don't think that movie's that long, and I feel like they have to get through the rest of the Death Star.
It's 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to I'm not going to change my guess, but if I had to re-guess, it would be like the blowing up of Alderaan. But I'm going to stick with my original, my later in the movie. So.
All right. Get your guesses in. Write it down. Mail it in so that you can't cheat after the fact.
Get a tattoo with your guess answer on your face.
What if you did just start tattooing your arm with just like all the timestamps?
Tattooing.
Oh. Cross them off if they're wrong. So I just Disney Plus on my iPad, and it looks like I was watching this recently. It started off with the interrogation scene with Vader and Leia, and that's at 41. So let me scoot back. I'm even wrong here, Mopar. Check this out.
It's before your guess?
So at 39, they finished the I find your lack of faith disturbing scene, and it goes back to Tatooine where Obi-Wan and Luke are looking at the wreckage. These blast points too accurate.
Oh my god, that movie's so slow.
Even at Mos Eisley yet.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard. I'm like hoping we're to the Death Star at least 40 minutes into the fucking movie, and we're still prancing around.
That would have let them back home.
At
39. So let me see when they do get to Mos Eisley, because I'm genuinely curious.
What was George Lucas's directing?
Stay in the desert
advice?
as long as possible.
What was George Lucas's directing advice to Luke when he said home? Like you were in some deep thought, and then like a bad cheeseburger hit your gut. Home. Oh my god, I'm gonna shit myself.
So they're rolling into Mos Eisley about 42:50. So I was about 3 or 4 minutes off.
Yeah, I'm probably a good hour in then.
Crazy. It's fucking crazy. How about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I imagine the Death Star just has to take that long too. So it's like half the movie.
Yeah.
Death Star's half the movie and Tatooine's half the movie.
Those are only two main things.
Well, true, but I mean, that's the original. They do get off the Death Star and come back to blow it up.
Oh, yeah, then they have all that. So they got, 1/3 each.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Unwatchable.
You got half maybe, and then 30%, and then 20%. I'll break it down like that.
Yeah.
But yes, Kerner is right. A New Hope is the shortest of all the films.
Oh, we've got fact checker over here.
Yes.
Great.
I love his facts.
Actually, 43 minutes in, you see a nip slip in episode 2.
What was Harrison Ford's height and weight while he was shooting episode 4? I want to know.
He's got to check his diaries. He's got it written down somewhere. So.
Funny shit.
Yeah.
Brendan.
So I do have to give a shout out because we did have another Joe McJackass yell at us on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
I posted a picture of Karth and said, "You got it," and he just put "fuck him," and I responded pissed, and he's like, "Oh sweet fuck, I didn't think I'd get a response."
That's amazing.
And he's just said, "Hey, I was supposed to tell you guys that I actually listen." So I was like, "Oh, thanks." So Joe McCool out there on Instagram, appreciate the listens, man.
Much appreciated.
We're doing shout outs for $20 a pop. So if you guys want me to shout you out, send mailing address and receipts to invoice.com/Mopar-wants-it. There's a lot of rules, but
Most ridiculous URL I've ever heard.
you get out of it what you put into it, and what you put into it is $20.
I also think it's funny that you told him to mail his mailing address to you with no address.
And an invoice like I'm paying him.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jamie. What the fuck's up, man?
What up? So I haven't really been gaming that much. I actually went on like a full, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I went on like a full 2-day hiatus where I just didn't game, which again, that's ridiculous in quarantine because there's not much else to do.
Yeah. Like 2 hours when you're not sick is like the max that you go without gaming usually.
Yeah, it's gotten ridiculous. But yeah, so we were just kind of were busy. I poked around on, I'm always poking around, sorry. On some Battlefield 4 again. Sometimes you just get your ass handed to you, and it's like
you got to build back up.
No, I mean it took me one what do you even call that?
Match.
I'm so out of it right now. It took me one match. I got my ass handed to me, and then the next one I was number 1. Pat myself on the back. Fuck yeah. But sometimes I'm like, am I just playing against ace fucking people, or am I just dog shit right now? And it's like sometimes it's just the way the wind blows. So
there's a lot of muscle memory, but there's also a learning curve that you have to get back and kind of refresh yourself.
Absolutely.
Back over the hump when you take that long of a break. So I've been balls deep into Overwatch the past week, and I had to do the same thing, but I started playing competitive, and I've just been really going hard on Overwatch, and they actually released a new character today.
Did I didn't know that.
Which is cool. Yeah. So we've been slaying on that. I'm trying to get into the competitive ranks and keep my score up and everything. And it's been very challenging.
Yeah, I liked playing competitively. It was fun. It's always fun to play with people that know how to fucking play. Yep. It just pisses me off when I get on there. It's just like a loose or like a just standing in the corner or not doing anything. You're like, dude, we're trying to win or play or anything. You're not doing any of it. So
right. Yeah, you got to group up beforehand. There's a group search. You can get on there and find everybody picks their role. You can get in a group of 6. Everyone has their mic on, and then you join a match. So everybody's coordinating. Makes it a little better.
I was decently ranked there for a minute with Lucio. I was pretty high.
Well, you should play.
What's the ranks? I was like platinum or something.
I don't remember exactly. I think bronze is up to 1,000, silver's 1,000 to 2, gold's 2 to 3, platinum's 3 to 35, something like that. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
Gold 2,300.
Yeah. I know I was platinum, and then I slipped like 4 points, and it actually slipped me back to gold, but I'm still labeled as platinum because I think it just puts your highest, whatever you reached.
Oh, yeah.
But now that they kind of fucked around on Lucio, I can't even play it anymore. So I'm gonna have to learn another character.
What they do to Lucio, they didn't do anything that bad.
He's a lot slower. And it's ridiculously different. Because I would always jump around so aggressively that I was so impossible to hit, and I would just be jumping off stuff. So it wasn't even a jump, and I'd land on the ground. I would kick off something and just be flying around in the fucking air. So, but now he moves so slow, it's just like a slow moving target. I don't know, but that's it.
crazy like that. But I don't play as him that much. But fighting against him, I haven't really noticed that much.
Yeah. So, yeah. Let me Google some Star Wars here. I don't really know.
Yeah, I got to change one thing on my broadcast really quick. So keep them entertained. I'll be right back.
Entertained. The only thing I saw recently, actually, I just came across an article. It says Star Wars theory: Anakin really is the chosen one for a shocking reason. Anakin was not redeemed by killing Palpatine. He was redeemed by saving Luke. Lucas himself said that Vader could never make up for the things he's done, but he could save the one person who had shown him love and compassion despite them. And this is how he redeemed himself. I mean, so it's such a small tweak. I don't need, like, are you saying Vader redeemed himself? So what they're saying is Vader redeemed himself by saving Luke, not by killing the Emperor. Duh. Wouldn't it have been funny if Vader killed Palpatine? Palpatine tried to latch on with his spirit to Vader, and Vader died with his respiratory issues. His contingency plan. Oh my God, failure.
Contingent.
I was just saying. I just came across an article that said Anakin was a chosen one for various reasons. It's like, well, yeah, but it said Vader was redeemed not by killing the Emperor, but by saving Luke. I'm like, well, yeah,
Obviously.
yeah. I'm never looking anything up on the internet again. So
Was that list that you were talking about? Things that
no, that other list we'll get to here. But yeah. What's that?
Turner is freaking out about my hair. Relax.
It's not on point.
I'm cosplaying as Sean Hunter. Just Jesus.
It's off point.
Going to Boy Meets World Con.
Boy Meets World Con.
Boy Meets Con.
Con meets boy. So what was the most recent Star Wars movie you watched? Nothing.
I actually watched Rogue One while I was putting together epic Y-wing Lego. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it there.
A little bit. So you finished the Y-wing. Was it a hard install?
Damn, hold please.
Holy shit!
There it is. No, it's the new one from Episode 9, Missouri Bliss, and it wasn't challenging. There was a lot of very small pieces, like you can see on the back of the engine here. There's just like a lot of little connections around here. Just a lot of small pieces that you had to put together. And I like how they really did the like the engine, like make it look like there's like pipes and cables and shit running along there.
Yeah,
it's really good. Turret moves. Oh, I just broke it.
The turret breaks.
The turret breaks. It's supposed to spin. Yeah.
Oh, that must be Luke's ship. So instead of getting shot and blowing up, his turret just breaks, and then he keeps flying around like a jackal.
Yeah, exactly. No, but it was fun to put together. I was watching Rogue One while I did that. It was good.
Rogue One getting worse and worse every time you watch it, I'm assuming?
No, I dig it. I like Rogue One. But now that you said that, I actually, thinking back, I think I hate it now.
Now, that is one you like. I don't like it anymore.
I forgot about my opinions until you reminded me. So, no, it's good. I mean, I had complaints when it came out. And we've talked about it to death, but, you know.
Yeah. Have you rewatched Mando at all?
I haven't yet, no. Been a bad fan.
Just shut it down.
I've been off the Star Wars thing. You know this. I've brought it up the past like 6 episodes. I haven't been in the Star Wars mood.
Yeah.
I finished Lord of the Rings. Consensus there, as always. It's amazing. And then I watched The Matrix, but I've seen the first one a million times. So what I did was just watch like a recap of 1 and 2. And then I watched the scene in 2 with the architect. And then I watched all of Matrix 3 because I've only seen that one time.
Oh, wow.
Fresh. So, yeah, they're pretty good. they're not as bad as people claim. Like, oh, Matrix 3 ruined the entire trilogy. They're not that bad, but it's definitely not as strong as the first one.
Yeah, I really do need to just make a list like you and Tommy Boy have and start plugging away at stuff that I haven't seen. Because I just, like I said, I boot stuff up and it's like, I don't even fucking want to watch any of this. And there's probably stuff on there I should watch, but I just, not into it. I was talking Ike McCrackers, and he was suggesting American Horror Story. He said there was 3 seasons worth that he really, really liked. And I think he said they were back to back. One of them was like Cult. One of them was like 1984 or something. Like a serial killer season, which I'm like, fuck, I'm down for a serial killer season.
Must be in that like seasons like 5 and 6 and 7 range that they never got to.
Yeah, I think so. Let me look it up. American.
While you're doing this shit.
What's that?
So you can share your screen if you want, so our motherfuckers can see it. Kerner, you get out of Star Wars mood every once in a while. Don't even give me that. I just haven't been in a Star Wars mood. What I wanted to do after Return of the King, I've only seen Endgame one time in theaters. So what I need to do is rewatch a couple Marvel movies and then do Infinity War and Endgame. But I didn't want to get into all that shit last night. So I just watched a Matrix recap and then put on Matrix 3. Went that direction with it instead.
All right. So, wow. There are full 9 seasons already of American Horror Story. The 10th one is on its way. Let me walk through these. There's a lot of these that I've never even heard of. And then the 3 that Ike was suggesting. So Murder House was the first one. Really good.
Screen Mopar.
Oh. And then Asylum, which kind of missed me because that was the Insane Asylum that you liked, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Coven completely missed me. That was the one with witches, I think.
Yep, in New Orleans. I watched that one.
I didn't think it was that bad, but I watched the whole thing, and it's one with Mama from Bobby's World, or the Bobby Boucher Mama.
Yes, sir. Kathy Bates.
Kathy Bates. And then where did it go?
Freak Show's next. The
Freak
Circus.
Show. I watched all of Freak Show. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't the greatest one, but I liked it because that kind of creepiness I'm into. I love the Freak Show, like it and clowns and all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was kind of a blah season overall. Hotel. I watched about half of it. Completely. And that's Hotel's kind of where I left off. I watched Freak Show all the way through, and then Hotel started it, and I was just like, it's not doing it for me. And that's kind of where I just kind of let the boat float. So we've got Roanoke, which I have no clue what that one's about. Cult, Apocalypse, and 1984 are the remaining seasons here.
Yeah.
Have you seen any of those?
I haven't seen Hotel at all. I stopped after the Circus one, after Freak Show.
Yeah.
Roanoke that's in Virginia, right? That's just like a town, right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Let's see what it says here. Oh, North Carolina. My bad. A renovated farmhouse in North Carolina. Interesting. Yeah, I might have to crack this back open. I don't know. I haven't watched anything in the horror genre in a while. So
yeah, and I've been kind of aching for something. I even messaged the guys like what horror movies are good or something that I may not have seen because I'm just kind of running dry. But 1984 was the one that 1984 and Cult, those 2 were the ones that Iker was like, you have to fucking watch those. And he made the 84 one sound like it was just pure like serial killer madness 80s style. And it's like, dude, that actually sounds really fucking cool.
Freddy Krueger style.
Yeah. Well, and not even Freddy Krueger, just like actual murder cases that happened in the 80s. All the people eating people and the other ones.
I have to watch it now. I never even heard of that.
Yeah, people eating people and the other ones. And I'm sure cult stuff always freaked me out too. So even just the fact that the 7th season's called Cult is pretty cool. But yeah, if you have any suggestions, what Commander and I should watch as far as horror, let us know. The last like newer horror film that I've seen that I actually really liked was that Thrasher Halloween movie, the newest one. And then outside of that, I haven't really watched. I mean, it was it.
Yeah, it's the last one that I saw.
Yeah, but what did you really like? Well, the first one was better than part 2, but did the first one like really hit you like it should have?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say so.
Nice. I didn't think it took anything away from it. Well, to be honest, you and I watched the 90s version of it, and that big mosquito at the end was not doing it for me at all.
Mosquito.
So,
man, Bill's hair too. There's actually I can't remember who it is. It might be Mr. Sunday. Right before It Part 2 came out, did a rewatch of the TV miniseries, and he just was making fun of Bill's ponytail the whole time. But it was not good. Not good.
Yeah.
Tim Curry was, I would say, like half creepy and half just absurd. And if he's a killer clown, I guess that's kind of the point. But as soon as you brought up his stupid Boston accent, I can't see that movie any other way than just
hey,
Georgie.
Yeah, Pennywise's Boston accent. Yeah, that's just. If we have any listeners from the New England area, I'm sorry. Every time I hear a New Englander talk, it just makes me laugh. So when there's a clown doing it, I'm like, dude, I'm fucking done.
Kids, and he's just like, yeah, Georgie, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, so if you do have any suggestions as far as horror movies, DM us, send us a mailgram, something, anything really, and let us know, and I'll do some digging. Random. I was digging through my DVDs. Glass Armor went to sleep, and I was like, I don't want to go fall asleep right now. It was like 9 p.m.
Now it's time.
Yeah, well, she's not into like horror, so that's like I was like, okay, let me put something weird on that,
I thought she was. See, Mrs. Commander's not into horror either, so I can't. I have to wait till she goes to sleep.
Yeah, same thing. So, but I ended up not putting a horror. It's weird. Long story short, I dug through my DVD case and found an old movie called Heavy Metal, and it's actually a cartoon. And you know what reminds me of it is your background. It's like a weird,
like 80s style cartoon.
It's like an 80s style. There is a lot of detail in the cartoon itself. Like, look at the picture behind you. There's a lot of detail to it.
Just ignore Han's face.
Yeah, well, the lack of nose that he has. He just has a fucking spaceship taking off, a shuttle taking off on his face. That's what That's exactly what's taking off.
Sorry, that caught me at the wrong time.
It does. Yeah. It's what's funny.
It's like a NASA shuttle.
Yeah. But the movie Heavy Metal, it's a weird 80s adult cartoon. It's got some like science fiction in it. It's got like aliens in it, but it's based around heavy metal. Well, like it's called fucking Heavy Metal. So there's like Black Sabbath songs going on and Blue Oyster Cult and a bunch of stuff. But it's
I want to say that we watched it once when we were younger, but I do not remember it at all. I know what you're talking about. I've seen the cover.
Yeah.
I feel like we watched it, but I don't remember anything about it.
I can't even explain it, guys. There's like a green orb that goes between dimensions, and it's just like pure evil in this green orb. So it just ruins people's lives, but it goes through many different storylines and different characters, I'm assuming. I've never sat there and watched it and like lucid and really wanted to try to pay attention because it jumps all over. And I don't think you're supposed to really fucking connect all the dots. So it's just like, fuck it. So, but that's what I was watching that the other night. So
as you're sitting here talking about animated stuff, you know what I haven't seen in a very long time is The Wall. And I was actually listening to a little bit of Pink Floyd earlier this week, and I think that might be something I want to watch sometime soon during quarantine.
Yeah, I mean that's a great go-to if you want some like serious subject matter and also just a chill. That's kind of a weird dichotomy. It's a weird dyad. that you can be. It's got a heavy undertones, war, and it has no dad, but it's also very chill music. But also the music is kind of deep undertones and a bunch of it.
I had a description for Star Wars too. Luke is just like, there's war, he has no dad. Anakin, at war, he has no dad.
That's I guess, yeah.
John Williams. Wall and Star Wars are the same thing, basically.
Kylo Ren, war, kills his dad. It's all
wars and dads.
Wars and dads.
That's what the movie really is if you break it down.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean that's it. The Wall is. I haven't watched it in a minute. That's one that I don't watch over and over. I'll watch it like once a year, and get in the mood. But now that you say Pink Floyd, one of our other favorite bands, obviously Metallica, I've been fucking balls deep back into Metallica again. Just like goosebumps, re-listening to stuff that I've listened to a million times, and it's like listening back to And Justice for All, Harvester of Sorrow. I'm like, oh my god, how and why? I watched a whole like hour and a half podcast thing with all four band members, and they were talking about And Justice for All days and the making of it, and how it sounded and how it ended up sounding like that, because everybody was like, oh, there's no bass, and they're like, fuck it, we don't need one, and I'm just gonna do it. So but it's a Star Wars podcast, so fuck it.
No, that's cool. Link me to that interview. I would like to watch that.
Yeah, I found it. I think it was on YouTube. I'll send you a link to it. But it's like a Rolling Stone editor, writer guy is just interviewing the four guys, and it's cool. And I always liked the behind the music stuff, behind the movies, behind the music. I always love the production and how they came up with what they came up with. So
yeah, seeing the stories.
And a random Cleveland plug. If you guys are rap fans at all, MGK is going bananas, and like every day this quarantine, he's dropped like a 2-minute long song, and some of it sounds like Linkin Park, some of it's straight thug rap, some of it's like a punk rock song, and he's just going bananas. So if you want just some random stuff to listen to, MGK, like I said, Machine Gun Kelly's just been going bananas. Which even if you don't like any of that stuff, at least he's putting out material during this like weird time. And it seems like the majority of the people have been enjoying it. So,
what the fuck is my dog doing over there? Hey, quiet down. I don't know if anyone wants to hear that, but Jackson is going bananas.
Shut the fuck up.
Hey, quiet down right now.
Use the Force like Anakin does on the turtle in episode 2.
Shut up, bro. Jackson, come here. Come here, dude. Come here.
You're just petting Han's face right now.
Such a bastard sometimes. Fucking Growlithe. Going crazy. Get back in your Pokeball. Damn it.
Take a nast.
What did you attempt to say there?
A rest and a nap.
New Pokemon ability.
Nast.
Snorlax.
Nasty ass nap. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, let's get into the Star Wars shit here. All right, let me go back. I
want you to jump back on Overwatch.
Maybe. Like I said, I've been. I think I like burnt myself out on video games. I was playing a lot of the Minecraft and that.
Yeah,
and
I kind of go back and forth. I got really fucking pissed because I went to the Nether in Minecraft to get some quartz, and I fucking died and lost all my shit in lava, so that I couldn't even retrieve it. It just melted.
Yep. And actually, that's how I've been getting rid of extra. That's how I've been getting rid of extra cobblestone. I told you I built like a landfill, but then I found some lava, and I've just been tossing cobblestone into that, and it'll just burn it up. So.
Why do you
so much extra shit? I don't need it. Why is my chest full of stone that is all around me? I don't fucking need it. Get around.
Because then one day when you decide to build a monument to Darth Vader, you have all the cobblestone ready to go, and you can do it.
I'm hobbiting right now. I don't need any monuments. I only built the one. That's it. That's all you get.
Hey Brennan, easy boy.
All right, sharing my screen. Also, look at my background. Fucking demon devil death. That's Revan.
I approve.
It's Darth Revan.
Props to having a very clean desktop too, by the way.
Oh yeah, that bothers the fuck out of me.
Dude, when I see people's computers and there's like 90 million documents, I'm like, who are you?
No, I want a background and I want to see it. So let's get this shit. And even like a lot of this stuff can get dropped right now. This is too much. There we go. Perfect. All right. So man, you just like triggered like OCD in my brains here.
Yeah. No, you know me. I'm super OCD about shit like that.
I do the same stuff with my phone. Like if I don't use an app for 24 hours, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's just done. And I like if I open my app tray on my phone, like I swipe up and I see an app that I haven't used for a while, it pisses me off.
It's like, why are you still here?
Yeah. Like I haven't used you in minutes. Get the fuck off my phone.
My brother.
Yeah. All right. The article that I dug up, let's see. Whatculture.com. I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm sorry. I'm sharing crap with you guys, but
Everyone give them ad money. Star Wars
no.
details only explained outside of the films, starting with number 10.
Luke and a girlfriend. This one's dumb. We all know he was married, and they even refer to where is it?
Oh, he was married in Legends.
Yeah, so this is basically a bunch of Star Wars details only explained outside of the film. So in Legends, well, okay, Heir to the Jedi.
Book.
Yeah, it's in a book.
No, but that's canon. Heir to the Jedi is canon. That's what I'm saying.
What?
Yeah, Heir to the Jedi. I think that was the very first new canon book. And it was really bad.
Oh, you read it?
No, I watched a plot summary of it.
I found my opinion online. Oh,
Someone else told me what their opinion of it was.
and I agreed with it.
No, but seriously, I think it was really bad.
Oh, okay. So it is official. I don't give a shit about Luke. Next.
Yes, I concur with that.
All right, the number 9. So we're walking 10-1 here. Number 9, The Nature of the Force Dyad, Rise of Skywalker novelization. What I got out of this real quick snippet was they were calling about the phenomenon of the Force Dyad, but not much of it is actually explained in the films. See, I don't understand why, because this last sentence pisses me off. Would have been nice for this to be explored in the movie. Abrams, like he's talking shit to Abrams. And I'm like, do you really want them just to be like, this is how a Force Dyad works? Like through
I like
script?
that it's history. I mean, look back at the prequels. Anakin not having a father was not touched on at all. Qui-Gon has one throwaway line about it, and that's it. And then everyone's just okay with it. He's the chosen one. Like, you don't really need all that background. So I like it.
I completely agree. And for a flow of a movie, I don't want to sit here and listen to two people talk through the description of how a Force Dyad works. It's bad enough in like a passing conversation that, like in episode 9, secrets only the Sith knew, cloning
Right.
secret. And it's like, dude, first of all, how the fuck do you know? Second of all, why are you exclaiming this to everybody? Like,
Third of all, how did the script get approved? No, but I know what you mean. They already did 2 like plot summary scenes with dialogue. They don't need more about like dialogue. Let some things be mysterious, yo.
Yeah. I do. And the one scene that I do like how they explain some stuff is the very first scene where Kylo rampages in and finds Sidious, and they talk about a lot of stuff's explained in that scene.
Yeah.
The cloning of Snoke, and then who Rey is. So number 9 here, the nature of the Force Dyad. The thing that really hit me with this was they explained about it as a connection between the two, not just in the Force, but on a deeper spiritual level. So I thought that was kind of interesting because they're like separating like a spiritual level and the Force, which, in many aspects, in many points of view, I would assume people thought those were the same,
Yeah, in the Star Wars universe.
but it's not.
Interesting. I'll have to read that.
Yeah, it's on the docket, which is never gonna happen.
Completed. I haven't been in the book zone at all, but it is on my shelf. So
Yeah. So we're gonna move on.
next.
Who was Snoke? Rise of Skywalker novelization. I'm done with this. I'm done with this whole
What does
list.
it say though? Zoom in a little bit. Let's see what the fuck that shit says.
What do you want to zoom in on?
Well, it's kind of like just kind of small. Just do the thing. Oh, never mind. You can't do that. Never mind. Don't worry. Snoke was the lone successful result of a ton of clones.
Whoa.
In order to make an agent that could actually go out and act out his orders instead. Yeah. The question is, I think we knew he was a clone. We saw that when we saw him in the vats in Rise of Skywalker. The question is, was he a dark side force sensitive that Palpatine cloned? Or did Palpatine just start trying to clone random things and that's the end result, is that deformed, like 7 foot tall bastard?
See, I guess they do kind of talk a little bit about maybe it's in the next one. So number 7 or 8 and 7 tie together. So number 8's Snoke, number 7's Rey's dad, son of Palpatine. They do kind of touch upon the plot points in the Attack of the Clones, which is basically the worst Star Wars movie, which I'm actually surprised that someone agrees with us. It was kind of they say basically kneecap the entire Star Wars canon. See, because they basically say no one ever dies. Holy add shit. Who is this? Get off.
Saw that happen. Like, what the fuck? But why do you feel the need to go in and fucking talk shit about the other movies while you're talking about plot points and like legend story and canon story? Like, who cares? You don't need to put that in there. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my what the whole cloning thing is kind of a gray area, that they did it so well that they found one guy and created an entire fucking army based on one guy that, 30 years later, someone as strong as Sidious can't figure it out to just clone one of himself.
Well, I think they probably explain that in the novel too, which I'll have to watch. But I think the problem is that because you're force sensitive, there's a bunch of other variables involved. It's not as cut and dry as just cloning a regular ass human.
Yeah, and I guess that was my notes. I wrote down some thoughts here, and I was thinking about how this all works and how successful the clone army was, and then where lies the issue outside of like the actual force fighting the cloning process. And it's like almost in my mind, like the force is such a natural energy and cloning is such a unnatural process that it just like rejects it. And you can't do it successfully. And even in a bastard successful trial in making a Snoke,
yep,
it still barely worked. And then, it was almost a big fucking middle finger to Palpatine having a successful clone being non-force sensitive, being his son and Rey's dad.
Right. Like the overall balance of the universe is going to reject your plan, Palpatine. You can't do it. You're too evil.
Right. Well, and me, I don't know if it's like the science of it all or the force of it all, or, where lies the issue in the storyline. But that's kind of how I legitimize it in my own mind, that the force kind of fought back. So
I'm with that. I like it. The universe is its own things.
What are your thoughts, or do you have any additional thoughts? Do you have thoughts about the Force dyad between Kylo and Rey?
Oh, I love the dyad. I think that's one of the best things about the sequel trilogy, and I'm totally happy that it's not explained. Totally happy.
So, well, originally, before I started reading some of this stuff, I actually thought that it was a natural thing. From what I've read, it was actually spawned from Snoke, but it grew to something greater and even beyond what he could imagine, that it really tied those two together.
I'd be curious to know. I think I've read from some places that once Rey kind of reversed Kylo's mind reading in episode 7, that's kind of where it started. Like from that point forward, they were kind of bridged.
Well, but Snoke literally says, "I bridged your minds."
Yeah, but then people are like, well, he just said that because he's trying to fuck with them. He didn't actually do it, blah, blah, blah. He could just sense that it was there, and he's kind of manipulating them for his own gain.
Yeah, I don't know.
Please chime in and tell us the answers.
Has your opinion of Snoke changed at all?
I mean, yeah, I think I was really, really excited to get some Snoke backstory as we were going into episode 8, and then even after episode 8, I was like, yeah, he's dead. I get that, but I'm still curious as to, how he seduced Kylo and all that. But once we knew that Palpatine was going to be the overall big bad guy, I think the interest went down a little bit. And I can't say that I'm not really mad that he ended up being a clone. I'm just more curious of like, did Palpatine find somebody that was in Luke's Jedi Academy and try to seduce him and then clone him? Or did he just try to create some new life form out of nothing? That's kind of where I'm curious now.
Yeah, I wonder what the actual cloning process is. Does he Frankenstein them and take like a good appendix from this guy, and this dude has a good just straight sew them together with the Force?
Right. No, that's exactly the question in my head. Is he Frankenstein, or is he a clone of a single person?
It's got to be a clone of a single person, and it's got to be like grown, like you grow clones. So it was just like when they grew, it was just a failed, like they either died early or, even if they did live, it was just a partial body.
Palpatine's son, because you're Force sensitive, the cloning is more complicated. So that's why Snoke's all damaged and fucked up when he has that like cut through his head and everything. That's from the cloning process.
Yeah.
But he's strong as shit. He has a mind of his own and everything. That's where I'm more curious. I think I need to catch up on the Kylo Ren comic series. I think that's where the answers are going to come from. So,
yeah. Episode 9 did a disservice to Snoke, because the fact that they bring Palpy back, which is number 6 here, how Palpy survived the end of the original trilogy. The fact that they brought Palpy back completely negated my care almost for Snoke. Not that I dislike the character. There is a greater evil, clearly the number one villain of all fucking time. Now, we can't move on anymore. We're back to the same old shit. Even though I liked it, it was epic. I don't know. It's almost like they're hanging on. I'm not going to sit here and bash Disney because they did what they did. And they pulled a lot of like expanded universe stuff into it. The Dyad itself is so fucking cool. But
my big issue with Palpatine, I'm okay that he's back. When they announced it at Celebration, we were all fucking cheering. No one was upset about that. The issue that I have is that they literally did kind of rip that from the Dark Empire storyline.
Yeah.
And we were like, he's back. How's it going to be? Is he going to be a ghost? Is he going to be a spirit? Is he possessing somebody? We had all this speculation. And then we get into the film and, literally that's just him. And he's a clone of himself. He died. His spirit went into the new clone. Like, okay, that's pretty unoriginal.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. I was reading this number 6. It's talking about how Palpy survived. And obviously he survived that. He didn't survive is basically how he survived. It's a clone. That's what we're looking at in episode 9. It's not Palpy himself.
That's what I mean, and that's my beef.
Yeah. So we're not even. It's really weird. I don't know. Like even after the cloned Palpy that we see in episode 9 soaks up the energy or the dyad from the two kids and gets his Sith eyes back, you're still just a clone. Aren't you like a 60% power of the original being? Like, I feel like once you clone yourself, you're splitting your power, and or you clone yourself, your original body dies. Maybe your other body has a different mindset. Like maybe it wants to grow flowers on Tatooine. Like who gives a shit? Like where does that end? Is it, or is there like Sith haunting involved where he like haunts his own clone?
Right. Like if Luke had struck down Palpatine at 6 and Palpatine possessed his body, would he be able to take full control? Like who's to say that Luke's spirit wouldn't fight back?
Wouldn't that be I mean that's very Harry Potter.
Well, that's what, as you were saying that, I was thinking like every time Voldemort makes a Horcrux, he loses a little bit of life.
Yeah.
Living his essence.
Well, and it's the same exact thing. If Palpy latched onto Luke and Luke fought back, it would be just like an internal struggle over the same fucking body. And I assume they both would die, which really that's a win for the rebels.
Yeah.
But that's not how we win. And we win by saving each other and giving weird kisses and passing out in the desert.
Right.
Right. All right, moving right along here. Sorry, guys. Dr. Doom is number 7.
I mean, there's Palpatine. He's the big villain of the entire saga, so we have to talk about that for a while. So it's all good.
Number 5, who came up with the clone army? The idea for the clone army first came from Jedi Master Sifo Dyas, who, thanks to his power of foresight, saw a cataclysmic war that they needed to prepare for, which is crazy. That's so crazy.
What? His vision?
Okay, so Jedi Master Sifo Dyas has the powers of foresight. He sees a crazy war ahead, so he creates an army which causes a crazy war.
That's the exact problem with
foresight.
And I fucking love that about Star Wars. That's one of my favorite things about it.
By trying to prevent something, you inherently cause it.
Same with Anakin and Padme. Same with
Yeah.
Luke. Rescue his friends on Bespin. All that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. There was a, I don't know who or where I saw it from, but the idea that Jedi Master Sifo Dyas never even made it to the cloning facility, that it was Dooku himself disguised as, well, not disguised, but walking in saying, I'm Jedi Master Sifo Dyas, do this shit.
Right. He's just taking up his old best friend's name to cover.
Well, I imagine he did it under the instruct of Palpatine. Like, go over there, make this army because we need a reason, to use it. I don't know, and make sure they fucking upload this memory stick, which has Order 66 on it, to every single one. USB upload. Right. Yeah, I mean, this guy seems like he has a very big issue with the clones.
Yeah, every single point's about clones. Luke's girlfriend, clones. Clone,
Dyad, clone, and the clones.
Luke getting banged, clone.
The fate of the Empire post Endor aftermath, Alphabet Squadron, and Battlefront 2. I don't even want to read this one.
Yeah, we've talked about that already plenty of times.
Gone. How the New Republic failed. This might actually give you some insight because you're always worried about the difference between the motherfuckers in the Republic.
I'm worried about it. I'm just curious about it.
So I just literally read the last sentence here. Ultimately, the New Republic failed because it tried to recreate the past system and ignoring anyone who tried to suggest something new.
Yep.
Ain't that about a bitch? Hey, this old system. You remember 30 years ago when it completely collapsed and failed? Let's just try to do that again.
Right. Yeah, I can't. Well, part of the problem there, and I think who was this in the chat that was talking it? Ryan Wolvord. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. The problem is that they were just like, oh yeah, it's the Republic and the Resistance against the First Order. That's just the new good guys and bad guys. And then the story group has to be like, okay, based on that, we have to create some other underlying story to support how this all happened. I do think that could be part of the problem. Whereas with the High Republic, I'm very curious to see how they're going to craft that whole thing, saying that the Republic was actually running smoothly for 1,000 years. The Jedi were the guardians of peace and justice for 1,000 years before things started to fall to shit thanks to Palpatine.
Wouldn't it be interesting to see more of a like a prophet, more of a moral high ground cult sort of Jedi? Because that's what like the downfall was them becoming warriors and generals in a war, protecting peace and justice and all that. Like, you don't need a laser sword to do that, and it should actually be a very rare thing, like a life or death thing, and that's it, to use a weapon.
That's the problem. That's the problem, and that's part of the plot of like a lot of movies and things. Is it like, yeah, it starts off with some noble cause, but over time it starts to dilute until all of a sudden you're a bunch of generals in an army.
Yeah, I started this book and it was interesting. I do remember really, really liking the disposition of Leia. Like, she was upset with how everything was running. She didn't feel important. She felt like politics was getting back to normal, which was the issue to begin with.
Right.
She's like, nothing's changed. All these fuckers are the same people. Like, the Empire came and went, and all of the same people are still here. All the senators are still alive from 30 years ago. Yeah. Are still making the same terrible decisions. Like, nothing's changed. And it was just, yeah. So I did like her point of view and her issues with the system. So no, and it's it's kind of just an underdog mentality of an OT character that I actually really like, because Luke happy dances, they all happy dance. Now she's actually struggling. And she was having serious conversations with Han, like, I'm done being I think so. It was the political aspect of her life that she said, I'm done being a senator or representative or whatever she was at the point.
A political idealist.
Political smoke show.
That meaning a political savage. Time to get back and fuck shit up.
All right, number 2. What happened to Luke's Jedi Temple? The Rise of Kylo Ren. So that's in the that's the comic, right? I think that's the one that I read.
That was the comic, yes.
So it wasn't Kylo who actually burned everything down. Long and short of it. Because isn't that the first scene that Kylo wakes up and there's like shit going on? He runs out and then like 3 Jedi land and see him standing in front of the flames, and they assume, and then they attack him, and he just kind of flees and goes to Snoke.
Yep. Yeah, one of them's mad and wants to get vengeance, but the other 2 are like a little unsure. They're like, if Ben Solo's not really like this, I don't know if he did it. We should probably get some more information. Then the other chick.
We should probably get some more information. Slides glasses up to forehead.
We need more statistics. I need more data to analyze this.
Data. We need more data.
I think the consensus is that we're still not exactly sure if Kylo actually did it. Snoke did it, or we at least assume Snoke did it.
Yeah, because I think how it's positioned is like even at that time, even Ben was confused at what happened.
Yeah, he's walking towards the temple. As he's walking towards it, it blows up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He physically did it. It happened while he was like walking towards it. So I don't think he knows that it was Snoke at that point, but he's just confused as to what happened. And then when those other Jedi get back, everything's on fire. Kylo's the only survivor. Luke's gone, and they think that he did everything.
Where we're supposed to root for Ben, to make the right decision. This guy's just a salty bitch. I'm done with this.
Yeah, he doesn't like everything.
He doesn't like everything. How did Maz get Luke's lightsaber? Star Wars #1.
I think they really, really simplified this shit, didn't they? They're just like, oh, a custodian found it, right?
Let's see. The biggest question that has vexed Star Wars fans since the new trilogy came out has been, where the hell did Maz get lightsaber? This mostly has to do with The Force Awakens teasing the audience by straight up telling them that they'll explain it later. Had to wait 4 damn years, blah, blah, blah. We last saw Luke's lightsaber falling to the bleak Bespin, blah, blah, blah. In the Star Wars comic written by Charles Soule, we see Luke in the first issue returning to Bespin to try and get his lightsaber back. When we see a hooded figure standing there who then hands Luke his lightsaber back while telling him follow his destiny.
Is there a date on this? Do you know when this was made?
What, this written?
Yeah.
Well, what's Star Wars #1?
No, I mean when this list was made. Because I feel like in an issue after #1, they actually did explain that. I could be wrong.
I mean, it has to be within the past 4 months. Episode 9 just came out.
Yeah, but they restarted the Star Wars line of comics every once in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. This is such a shitty website that I chose to do a full episode on.
It's okay. We get to feel better about other websites.
Yeah, I don't know.
Achuta.
You know, if you're gonna get hung up on where did a lightsaber come from, you're not. Just turn it off. Watch something else, man.
It's very interesting. I actually wonder what's going through the heads of the creators and directors as they're creating things. Because I bet as they were going, well, Luke's lightsaber is probably a big one. But I wonder as they're going through the writing process, if they're like, oh, this one is really going to stump the fans for 4 years until we reveal the actual secret. I have a feeling like they're not really thinking that way. And then we are just seeing the movie. And then we create this whole mythos behind like, fuck, where'd the lightsaber come from? It's the biggest mystery there ever has been in Star Wars. And like, we create all that drama as fans.
This was posted today.
Oh, wow. All right, good. Just making sure.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw something contrary to that, but good. Thanks for checking. I must not be correct.
I don't know. We're gonna have to start doing the show on other shit because Star Wars is over.
Star Wars is over. Well, we'll do our recap of like 4 episodes of Clone Wars at one time next week.
Yeah, I did catch up on one of the newer episodes. I haven't watched the most recent one. Still a cartoon, guys.
They didn't convert it to live action during quarantine. Still a cartoon.
Halfway through, I haven't cared yet.
Yeah.
But like I said, quarantine's getting to you, to everybody.
Yeah, I wonder how long this shit's gonna last, man. I hear every time I talk to somebody about it, I hear different things. People are like, "Oh, I heard end of April. Oh, I heard they're extending that shit into the summer. I heard middle of May." Like,
I think it's unofficially. I think it's state to state, and as of right now, I think ours is through like May 2nd, bare minimum. And at May 1st, we'll probably get re-upped for at least another 2 weeks. So as we sit right now, I guarantee you we have another month of this.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's getting crazy. Oh, here, I got something else for you asses.
We actually ordered a big ass dining room table today, which I need. Where you going? Oh, nice. You got a gaming chair? Fuck yeah.
Yeah. They that's one thing that's going good in quarantine. If you do have some extra dollars, which I understand a lot of people don't, everybody's situation is can be shitty. But I had a few extra bucks, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go online and look at some stuff, and everything's like 100% off because they're like, we need business just to keep fucking alive. So, yeah, the Respawn stuff was 40% off, 30 or 40% off, which is a fucking huge chunk, and I got a nice gaming chair. So, nice. Yeah, and I could like lean back in it and shit.
$3.99.
No, I think I only paid $160.
Different joke.
$3.99.
It's a joke.
No,
Sorry, I'm gonna start doing that whenever there's something ridiculous
I get
to
it.
say.
get
I have wanted a gaming chair for a long time, so I might have to get the PewDiePie game chair at some point. See, Brennan knows what I'm talking about. Fucking $3.99
for the egg roll plus tip.
No, that's not how it goes. I do need a new one for the office though, once the office opens. But I'm not going to buy a gaming chair until we actually get back into the office, until it opens back up. So
For sure.
I'm also waiting on the PS4. I've been thinking about getting it because I want that Final Fantasy VII remake, but I'm like, I don't know.
Did you say you bought one?
No, I was thinking about it. I was like, shit, Final Fantasy VII remake is out. I need to get one. But I've been thinking about it for a week. I haven't actually pulled the trigger yet. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm fairly content on games right now. I think I have to wait until I get to that point where I'm like, oh, I'm sick of Overwatch and Minecraft and Battlefront and this, and I need like a story single player game, and then that'll be the time. So it's still just on my list.
Guaranteed. Next week we'll be back on looking like Wookiees.
No, next week I think we should do the commentary for episode 9. Change things up a little bit.
Yeah, that's on the docket. Well, once we get done with that, definitely reach out. I know there's a lot of people that really enjoy our commentaries, and that's not to pat me on the back. I really feel like 3 out of 4 times, the majority, that if we do get a compliment, it's about the commentaries. People really enjoy that stuff. So
maybe that's something that we could do well during quarantine. Since there's not much Star Wars content, we can't do an episode like 3 times a week or anything, but maybe we should kind of stock up the library with some commentaries while we have extra time.
Yeah, maybe next week, instead of doing a regular episode, we'll just bust out commentary, and that'll give you a couple hours worth of naughtiness. Oh, I'm doing it topless. So let us know. I was getting to was if you guys have any suggestions outside of the Star Wars universe that you want us to do commentaries to. The 90s Batman movies, I'm telling you, I love the Star Wars stuff, but I feel like the 90s Batman stuff was just fucking premium prime time.
As I was watching The Matrix, like, it is still a good sci-fi franchise, but there's a lot of stuff that's very in that early 2000s. Like a lot of weird like grunge and steampunk and like 9 Inch Nails style like fashion and characters and just ridiculousness. That might be a good one to do.
And just unnecessary technology that
just leather. Just there's no reason for that much leather. Like,
yeah. No, I feel it. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, let us know. Reach out, and we'll try to add it to our stuff. Especially the patrons. We'll definitely listen to you, number one first, all the days. If any of you guys have suggestions, we'll put you guys at the top of the list.
Special treatment.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So, Good Day Galaxy. This is it. This is the last one. Oh.
Everyone wear your fucking masks.
Wear the mask. Could be.
You know what I want? I'm recording now. I want a Bane mask. Bye everyone. Bye.